Hey guys, welcome to VLOGOWEEN day 27. Today I'm going to be, I think this is the first time I've done a video like this on my channel, but I have done Dancing with the Stars related videos in the past, but I have never made a rankings video, I don't think. On my old main channel, yeah, I have. Not really ranked them, but just mentioned like a couple of my favorite ones before. But today, I'm actually going to be ranking on, like, not ranking like on a scale of 1 to 10 ranking, but like ranking as in this was my least favorite. So number 1 is my most favorite, number 10 is my least favorite, if that makes sense. So I have oh my goodness, I have all the dances pulled up on Wikipedia so I can tell you guys the scores, the songs, and since it was horror night, each couple had to base their each couple basically had to be inspired, if that makes sense, of another horror show or a horror movie. One of the shows is actually The Vampire Diaries, which I don't think is really a horror show. It's more of a supernatural kind of thing, I think. I haven't seen the show, so I don't know how creepy it is or anything, but I'm down to watch it. I heard it's good, so I'm totally down to watch it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing for today's video. If you guys want me to do this weekly, because it's on every Monday, I'm so down to do it weekly. Just let me know. But yeah, before I get into it, I do want to give a shout out to my amazing boyfriend Isaac. I love you and I miss you. And yeah, so let's just get into it. So this is based off personal enjoyment, by the way. This isn't like, oh, this dance was the best because this person had the best footwork kind of thing. Like, I'm not doing it that way because I'm not a real professional dancer or professional judge. I do like to dance, yes. Love dancing since I was like 8. But like, I'm not really a professional, especially in ballroom. I know nothing about ballroom dancing. I only know a couple tips and pointers from the show. But that is it. I'm not no professional judge or a professional dancer like Pasha or Sasha or Daniela is on the show. So, but yeah, that is what I'm doing for today's video, just ranking the performances off of my personal enjoyment. Like, watching it and being like, I love this. Because, like, a few times, there's been times when I'm watching a dance and I'm like, this is so boring, when is it over? But there's also been times where I'm watching a dance and I'm like, I don't want this dance to end, this is incredible. So, that's basically what I'm ranking it off of. So, at number 1, it is JoJo and Jenna. They had Jazz to Anything Goes by District 78 featuring, is it Patrice or Patrice? I don't know. Covington. And the horror film that they were inspired by was It, which, love the It movies. I haven't seen the 2 recent ones yet. I think there's 2 recent ones, but I haven't seen like It Chapter 2 and stuff like that yet. But I have seen the first It, the one that came out in like the 1970s, I think it was. I have that on DVD. I think I have the It from 2017 on DVD too, but I haven't watched it yet. But love Pennywise the Dancing Clown. It's not that I'm afraid of clowns, it's just like every time I see a clown I'm like, but I'm not like very terrified of them. Like, I'll freak out if I see one kind of deal. So like I'll if it shows up on my screen I'm like, but I wouldn't like freak out if I see one, because I know a few people that are so afraid of clowns that they will flip their shit if they see a clown. So yeah, they got all 10s on the Jazz, so 40 out of 40. But yeah, JoJo. Okay, Jenna deserves an Emmy for this performance, I must say. Like, the choreography was so fun. Loved watching the whole thing. And JoJo's makeup. Because Jenna played Georgie in the dance, and JoJo played Pennywise, the dancing clown. JoJo's makeup, she literally looked like Pennywise. I can't even handle it. So, they're at number 1 because their dance was super entertaining and deserves an Emmy. The first 2 on my rankings on this list were super hard to choose from. I didn't know who to pick, JoJo or the other person, which I will tell you in a second. But I ended up picking JoJo. But this man is the closest second I have ever had a rank in any ranking of anything. So number 2 is Iman and Daniela. I might have watched this dance because all the dances are uploaded on YouTube. Just search up DWTS and click on their channel and you'll see the dances. So if you guys want to watch the dances, you'll get it on there. But the freaking lifts that Daniela put into it, I literally would not or could not have the ability to do any lifts like that. Like, just if you watch the dance, you'll know what I'm talking about. Like, the lifts in the Argentine tango that Danielle choreographed for Iman like a couple weeks ago, insane. But then this one, oh no, this is just on a whole other level. Daniela's in a whole other league, in her own league, really. And this girl definitely deserves an Emmy. Yeah, it's her second season as a pro, but the girl already deserves an Emmy for that bomb performance with all those bomb-ass lifts and crazy, insane lifts. Like, I watched the dance and the lifts, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, I was so afraid that he was going to drop her, but he didn't. I'm just still shook at all the lifts and how incredible the dance was. But yeah, they had contemporary I got 5 on it, tethered mixed, by Lunas featuring Michael Marshall, inspired by the movie Us. And they got their first 10s of the season, but they also got a perfect score, 40 out of 40. And I was very impressed by Iman, because, like, I heard he got contemporary. I wasn't sure how he was going to do with it. But then, like, all season he's been getting, like, all he's been getting is 5, 6s, and 7s. He's never gotten 8 and higher before, I don't think. Maybe 1 8, but that's it. Then he came out with this bomb-ass performance with all those bomb-ass lifts and pulled out 4 10s. So that, I'm just still in shock over how amazing the dance was. Number 3 on my list, again, off personal enjoyment, is Jimmy and Emma. They also had contemporary. To Say Something by Daniel Jang. It's basically, like, it's just like Say Something. I can't remember who it's by. Like Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You song. But this one is a cover by Daniel Jang. And this one has no words in it instead. But the dance was so beautiful. Oh my goodness. I cannot. Like, it was so entertaining, so beautiful. Loved it. But the movie they were inspired by was A Quiet Place. And they got 2 9s and 2 10s for 38 out of 40. Number 4 is Olivia and Val. They had the Paso Doble to one of my favorite songs, Beggin' by Maneskin. The movie they were inspired by was The Purge, and they got all 9s, so 36 out of 40. Number 5 is The Miz. I don't know where I was going there for a second. The Miz and Whitney. They had the Paso Doble. They went first this week to Wicked Games by Rang. And the horror movie they were inspired by was Hellraiser. And they had 2 9s and 2 8s for a total of 34 out of 40. I feel like every dance The Miz does, I'm super impressed by. English. I keep, like, coughing for some reason. Anyways. But yeah, like, normally wrestlers don't do really well, and then The Miz goes out and pulls out 9s and 10s. He hasn't gotten a 10 yet, but, like, for example, like, when I heard The Miz was going to be on the show, I'm like, he's probably going to be kind of stompy. And then I see his TikToks, and see how he's been practicing and watching and studying every dance. I'm like, this really shows how dedicated he is. And then he did those moves on TikTok, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's going to do good. And he is really good. I was very pleasantly surprised with The Miz in week 1 for his cha-cha. But yeah, they got 34 out of 40 this week. But they're number 5. Number 6 is Amanda and Alan. They had the Argentine tango to Paint It Black by Sierra. And the movie they were inspired by was Saw. And they got 2 9s and 2 10s for 38 out of 40. Number 7 was Suni and Sasha. They had the tango to one of my other favorite songs, Bad Habits by Ed Sheeran. And the movie, well, not the movie, but they were inspired by the Vampire Diaries. Loved Suni's dress, by the way. And they got all 9s for 36 out of 40. I just realized not one dance got under an 8. All dances got 8s or higher, and that's impressive to me. Because normally I feel like a lot of times on the show, like, there's always one dance that gets, like, really low, like 7s and lower every week, but not in this case, nope. But yeah, loved Suni's dance. Next on my list is Kenya and Brandon. There's 2 left after Kenya. They had the Argentine Tango to another one of my favorite songs, Take My Breath by The Weeknd. I feel like that song is like a really good song to, like, if you're traveling at night, late at night, that's a good song to jam out to. So, but yeah. Anyways, back to the dance. They were inspired by Arachnophobia, and they got all 8s, so 32 out of 40. I think that was the lowest score of the night. Number 9 is Cody and Cheryl. They had the Cha-Cha to There Will Be Blood by Kim Petras, and they were inspired by American Psycho, and they got all 9s for 36 out of 40. Their highest score yet, which is cool. And the final one on my list, which is pretty surprising to me, because if you saw my rankings every week on Twitter, you know that Melora and Artem, by the way. For the last couple weeks, they've been pretty high on my list. But this week, they're on the bottom. But, yes, Melora and Artem, they have the Jive to Hound Dog by Elvis. Love that song, by the way. And they were inspired by Cujo, which her dad actually played in. And they got 2 8s and 2 9s for 34 out of 40. So, those are my rankings for this week. Again, if you guys, I might actually start doing this weekly. I don't know. We'll see next week. But, yeah, I'll see if I'm up to doing it weekly. I might actually start doing that because I feel like that would be fun. I do it on Twitter as it is anyway, on my Dancing with the Stars Twitter account. So, yeah, I'll probably start doing that. But, yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. And I will see you guys tomorrow for VLOGOWEEN Day 28. Bye, guys.